guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make a fabulous flourless chocolate cake. It's probably so much easier than you think, and it requires a handful of ingredients which you might already have on hand. And starting off, you need some eggs, which I have separated into egg whites and egg yolks. You'll need some granulated sugar, semi-sweet chocolate, unsalted butter, room temperature, a little bit of instant espresso powder, some salt, and vanilla extract. And that, my friend, is it. You also need some boiling water, but that'll come in just a few minutes. The first thing you want to do is get your oven preheated to 400. Take an 8-inch springform pan, spray it with some nonstick spray, and set it aside onto a baking sheet. Now, it is kind of crucial that you use a springform pan, only because since this is a flourless chocolate cake, we're not going to be able to invert this onto a platter because it's so sort of sticky and gooey and delicious. So you'll need something to, you'll need to remove the sides, and that way you have pretty presentation. Otherwise, you won't be able to flip it. So the first thing we're going to work on is whisking our egg whites until they're really nice, frothy, and they've got somewhat of stiff peaks, but not glossy. That is looking perfect. I've got some water here that I just popped into the microwave for about 90 seconds or until it started boiling. And now everything gets made into your food processor, which is really, really easy. Start off with your chocolate, followed by the boiling water. And you're going to give this a whiz until the chocolate begins to melt, which doesn't take very long. That's good. Now we're going to add everything else. We're going to add the sugar. We're going to add the egg yolks, followed by the butter. This is unsalted and it's softened to room temperature. So get it out of there. And then your vanilla extract, just a teeny tad bit, maybe about a teaspoon or so. And your instant espresso powder and salt. You don't have to add the instant espresso powder. I just think it makes everything taste so much more chocolatey. And now I'm going to put the lid back on and mix this all together until it's all combined. Oh, that's perfect. So excited. I'm sorry. Okay. Move this close to me. Oh, I'm going to want to take a bath in this. Look. Oh, yes. Pour that. Let me take my blade out. I don't want to take it out, making a mess, so let's do the best that we can. Okie dokie. Let's get everything else out. It is so beautiful. This cake is so easy. It's incredibly impressive, and it is just so yummy. And now just fold everything together. Try not to deflate the egg whites too much. Keep this as light as possible. That looks good enough. I'm not going to worry about a couple little bits and pieces of egg whites that haven't gotten incorporated. It'll be perfectly fine. Put that into my pan, and I'm going to pop this into the oven at 375 for about 35 to 45 minutes. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. It is going to be phenomenal. My cake was in the oven for 45 minutes exactly. Now, it will be more sort of puffed up when it comes out of the oven, and then center will sort of deflate as it cools. That's just what it does. But it is just lovely as is. Or you can fill, let me get this out. You can fill the center with some lovely whipped cream or some fresh berries. Either way, you can't go wrong. Personally, I'm just going to keep things very simple for today and just sprinkle some confectioner sugar over the top. And look at that. Oh, so excited. So excited. This is going to be very rich and delicious. So you don't really need a big slice. That, to be honest, is too big of a slice even for me. But trust me when I tell you, it is perfection. It's almost like a brownie. It really is. It's almost like a fudgy brownie. Absolute perfection. perfection. Chocolatey as it can get. Absolutely delicious. I can't even tell you anything else about it. Not overly sweet, decadent. It's just, it hits all the right bells and whistles, if you know what I'm talking about. LauraInTheKitchen.com will have the recipe for you. And look at that. Beauty. Very fudgy, very rich, very delicious. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.